very much. Welcome inside the Bridgestone. Let's meet the starting goaltenders. Brought to you by Tim Hortons. It's the official coffee of the NHL. Victor Foss looked for his third straight win. He is 4-0 lifetime against Nashville with a 1.45 goals against. At the other end, the guy's 32-year-old Pecorine. He's won his last 3 starts, and his 9 wins are good for second most in the NHL. Only Ryan Miller has more wins than that guy. Dallas Eakins trying to finish up strong on this road trip, Drew, that has seen that guy. Dallas Eakins trying to finish up strong on this road trip, Drew, that has seen the team drop the first 2, win the last 2, and they want to go home on the positive side of the ledger. And look at Peter Laviolette.
That's a hockey coach. That's a hockey coach right there. Got hit by a puck behind the bench in Winnipeg. That's a guy you want coaching your team.
Peter Laviolette, 398 career wins. The Edmonton Oilers start their 4th line. Joensuu, Hendricks, and Gordon out against the second. The Edmonton Oilers start their 4th line. Joensuu, Hendricks, and Gordon out against the second line for the Nashville Predators. That includes Derek Roy, the veteran Matt Cullen, along with Craig Smith. And remember, Craig Smith had 2 goals the last time these teams met on October the 29th. Nashville won it 4-1. Barron's a long shot. Pecorine steers that aside. Nashville coming off a 2-1 win against St. Louis in St. Louis on Saturday. That snapped the Blues' 7-game winning streak and gave Nashville their 9th victory of the season. Craig Smith sends it around behind the net there as Justin Schultz avoids the hit from Matt Cullen as he gets the puck to Joensuu, and Joensuu sends it down the ice. Matt Hendricks, of course, played 54 games for the Nashville Predators. 2 goals, 2 assists in his time here in Music City. Cullen. As the Nashville Predators make a change, here is Jeff Petrie. Petrie works it ahead, trying to get by Neal, and it's intercepted by Ribeiro. Ribeiro moves to the middle. Mike Ribeiro drops it there for Neal. His shot goes off his line mate. Philip Forsberg comes back to the point. Seth Jones with an hour wrist shot. Hendricks deflects that one up into the talking.
Well, there's one of the reasons that the Nashville Predators look at their defense core, and what Nick and Scott were talking about back in the studio along with David Amber, is talking about how good this defense core is. He's Seth Jones, Ryan Ellis, of course, all-world Shea Weber, Roman Josi. This is just a defense core where a lot of the guys could be a number 1 or 2 on other teams. They're so deep and so strong, and they love to get up in the play.
On the face-off, here is Weber with a big shot, and it tests Victor Foss right away, and he makes the save.
Big man can shoot the puck. Everybody knows that the 2-time gold medalist for Canada can fire the puck. They're a very good face-off team, the Nashville Predators, and when they get the puck back to Shea Weber, he wastes no time in trying to find lane. What I like about Shea Weber is that he'll start moving before he gets the puck, so he's already set up that shooting lane.
And he's out there a lot. 27 minutes and 20 seconds on average. He is playing the 4th most of any player in the league. Boy Gordon, defensive zone draw. Doesn't drop fairly, and they'll do it again. Jokinen got tossed out, so Kalle Järnkrok will step in. He is normally the center. That's the advantage that line has. They've got 2 centers. In fact, the Nashville Predators have a lot of centers.
Yeah.
Joensuu, tied up there by Järnkrok. Laid off the boards by Hawley and down into Nashville's end, and there is Shea Weber. Roman Josi is his defensive partner, and Roman Josi also plays a lot. He plays the 5th most. Over 26.5 minutes a game. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins across the blue line. Nugent-Hopkins looks a shot towards Pecorine, and
he's on, and they might get their way with another 2 points against the Oilers.
And they will see a lot of Weber and Josi when that top line is up there, and that's the situation right now. Against the 4th line for the Nashville Predators, this is Eberle cutting around Weber with a backhand. Pecorine had the angle. Eberle still got it, puts it towards the net, deflects right into the glove of Rene.
Talking to Jordan Eberle today, and he was talking about how his team likes to get in on how his line, I should say, likes to get in on the forecheck. And they like to create some havoc. He believes that's where most of the scoring opportunities are going to come from, if they're able to get in, create turnovers, and then from that, generate some scoring opportunities. And there's one right there.
Mark Arcabello has been on fire in the face-off circle. He was 10-4 in the last game. Wins another draw here. He's up at 50%. The Nashville Predators get possession and counting outlets for Derek Roy. Intercepted by Nikitin, and that is stolen in turn by Craig Smith. And the Oilers pick up the puck, though, and it's Petrie who works his way to center, and he'll try and flip it down the ice instead. That day trips gave them a 4-2 record. They are 4-1-1 at home. Neal snaps the shot, busts the save, looks for the rebound, it's in. Mike Rupp 1-1 at home. Neal snaps the shot, busts the save, looks for the rebound, it's at home. Neal snaps the shot, busts the save, looks for the rebound, it's in. At home. Neal snaps
that shot from the outside.
Another throw shot.
Victor Foss. Barrow did want to look. He wanted to shoot the puck. It's a heavy shot. But James Neal can really shoot the puck. It's a heavy shot. So it kind of surprised Victor Foss there.
2:51 into the contest. Another sharp angle shot goes off.
What's the difference? I'd say 6 years ago in Dallas, maybe he spent out in Dallas and other cities.
Easy in this.
Referring to
either.
No, you should know.
Long shot by Smith.
You want a welcome guy, Phil, and because you could do for me as a person. He goes, that's why I really wanted to come here.
The line picks up 3 points. Everly trying to change that with a pass to Nugent Hopkins, but it's turned back. And Jokinen brings it across the line. Jokinen trying to work it in behind the net. He gets dumped in the corner. And it's picked up by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Nugent-Hopkins, you can see it, especially on this road trip. He is a lot stronger than he was last year. Yossi steps into a shot, and that one just dribbles wide. Frost got a piece of it.
There is a lot of heavy shots on this team. Roman Josi is one of them.
Nugent-Hopkins gets surrounded. Everly has to wait for his line mate to clear. At the end of the shift, he will just shoot it in. 8-4, the shots favor the Predators. An opportunity right up the middle for Taylor Beck. It hopped over his stick, or he was in alone. Gostad, Beck, and Nystrom. And Nystrom is just threw down Ferentz. Ellis keeping it in. Ryan Ellis down low from his defensive position. Back it comes to the top. Now Gostad, who was covering that spot, plays it behind the net, back waiting for it. Taylor Beck has got Nystrom out in front, hangs onto it, feeds it to Nystrom, stick lifted at the last second by Arcabella. And the Oilers on a change, and again, Beck almost sprung free.
So the last shot by Roman Josi, that was a close call against the Edmonton Oilers. A heavy shot, but as a forward, you want to try to block shots. Jordan Everly gets his stick in, and it actually redirects. That's why Victor Foss, plus the screen in front, Victor Foss had a tough time finding that puck until the last second. That's that fine line. You know, I'm going to go block the shot, get my stick on the puck, but sometimes it can result in the play going south on you.
Help me by not helping me.
Yeah, exactly. Let me handle it. That's why I wear the pads.
Keith Hawley back into his own zone. Lays it off the boards. Picked up there by Volchenkov, who's back in the lineup for Nashville after serving a 4-game suspension for his shot to the head of Calgary's Michael Ferland.
It was a strong forearm trigger.
Ferland's still out with a concussion. Jones keeps it in, gets it to Ribeiro. Ribeiro goes cross ice, picked up by Volchenkov. Shot blocked by Fane, but Chris Neal right out in front for Ribeiro. That line has been dangerous. We've got 14-20 still left in the first period. Seth Jones back to pick it up in his own zone. First round pick in 2013, taken 4th overall. His dad, of course, Popeye, played 11 years in the NBA, including a stint in Toronto with the Raptors. Gabriel Bork. He is back in the lineup as well. Colin Wilson was hurt in that game again. 1-0 lead. Lewis on Saturday. Here in Nashville, the Predators have a 1-0 lead.
Welcome back. It's time to play Safeway's $1 million score and win. If any Oilers player scores 5 goals in tonight's game, Daryl Fedora of Edmonton could win $1 million. shop at Safeway, and you could be our next lucky winner right here on Sportsnet.
The Predators' big line, the line that has been doing a lot of damage. James Neal, Mike Ribeiro, and Philip Forsberg all came to the Nashville Predators in the last couple of years. Well, Ribeiro and Neal this year. I mean, you look at the way that Philip Forsberg has fit in with those guys, they have played tremendously. All very good offensive skill.
Number one among rookies in assists and points is Philip Forsberg. He added to that total. He's got 10 helpers now and 16 points on the season. He leads his team in both assists and points as well. That goes right towards the net. He was helped there by Andrew Ferentz. The Predators keeping the pressure on. Nystrom keeps it at the point. Big Paul Dostad behind the net. It's checked by Schultz. He delivers to Nugent Hopkins. Flips it high. Eberle drops it back for Nugent Hopkins. Gets it down. But the ice has been tilted just a little bit. 9 shots for the Predators. They had 35 in that game in St. Louis. Predators had 33 shots in the game against the Rangers on Sunday. Yakupov has steam. Yakupov gets knocked down before he gets too far by Roman Josi. Josi clears it off the boards. Nikitin trying to keep it in. Smith with it now. Lost the joust to Perron. Perron against Josi. Perron trying to get to the net. David Perron working hard as usual. Still looking for his second goal of the season. Cullen comes up with it. And Cullen plays it out to center. Petrie retreats back into his own zone and then gave the puck away to Matt Cullen. Cullen goes towards the front of the net. The puck comes over on the near side. In fact, goes over the glass and into the seats.
This is the Sports Zone.
Build your home your way and say yes to the freedom of flexible building. Coventry Homes, the preferred builder of the Edmonton Oilers.
Well, the Edmonton Oilers are going to find that they're going to have to move the puck a lot quicker tonight against the Nashville Predators than they did against the New York Rangers. A little bit more time and space, not tonight.
Jones plays it to the middle. Yardcrow. Todd go by him. Yardcrow along with Olli Jokinen and Gabriel Bourque.
Puck pursuit. Big puck pursuit right there.
Olli trying to get it out, can't do it, knocks it down, and now he will get it to Hendricks, but Hendricks pinned as well. Boyd Gordon flips that puck out to center and chases Jones back into his own zone. Gordon trying to work it across the line, can't do it. Finally, it's shot in by Olli, and he passed the linesman. The linesman took a number.
I don't think you do it on purpose, but it's okay.
Still.
I expect you guys to.
Draisaitl. Personal retreats, has his pocket picked by James Neal. Neal being hounded now by Personal as he gets it back to the point. Ellis can't keep it in at the line. He will go to the middle. And it's shot right out by Ferentz and swept in by Teddy Personal. Pakarinen trying to keep it in, but Schultz will do the job. They'll get it to Draisaitl. Draisaitl, Personal, Pakarinen. Ribeiro comes up with it, and he'll give it to Ryan Ellis. Ellis to Forsberg. Ellis going to the front of the net. Forsberg fires a shot right on. And Black ready to go. Maybe he'll hang on to it. Ryan Ellis not afraid to go right to the net.
Taking the words right out of my mouth. Ryan Ellis starts the breakout. He's the guy, he's the defenseman in the middle. He's jumping up through that middle support, and he's going all the way to the net. Now, a good job right there by Justin Schultz to force him away from the middle and takes him outside the puck.
But boy, lost that draw to Boyd Gordon, and Gordon gets the puck. Hendricks, but then the Predators get it back again. Up the middle comes Derek Roy. Roy checked by Nikitin. Smith carrying on. Jones with a wrist shot, and that one gets deflected just wide. Then puck in. Jones with a wrist shot, and that one gets deflected just wide. Then puck in. From a prone position, it's the veteran. And the Nashville Predators have a 2-0 lead. As Mick Cullen lights the lamp for just the second time this season.
Second effort by Matt Cullen in front. Good job by the Predators again. Just to jump on that puck. Time and space. And the shot just, again, deflects past the net. And Matt Cullen, look at the effort by Matt Cullen diving, taking the puck from Matt Hendricks. Matt Hendricks is back in time. He's going to get that puck right there. I got it. No, Hendricks with an extra effort. And that's why we talked about, we mentioned that you don't have as much time and space as you think you do.
Matt Cullen missed the first 8 games of the season with an upper body injury suffered in training camp of a 38-year-old playing in just his 7th game. Makes it 2-0 for Nashville. 9:41 the time of the goal on their 11th shot. Cullen's got 12 career goals now against the Edmonton Oilers in his 47th game. 10:25 left to go in the first period. Nashville ends up going on a play.
Protecting what matters most to you and your team. You are covered with the power of Insight, the official construction insurance broker of the Edmonton Oilers.
Seth Jones and Craig Smith get the helpers. So Craig Smith has now got 3 points in 2 games against the Oilers this season.
He was really impressive in Edmonton, Craig Smith. But I like that play by the Oilers because Craig Smith got in right away. He didn't have a big gap as that second man into the zone was right on top of the puck. Moved it to Jones, direct to the net for the second effort in front.
Yorkbrook, his shot misses the target on the stick side of Victor Voss. Andrew Ferretz under some pressure. Once again, the Nashville Predators activate their D, and there's Ellis down low to keep the puck in. Ryan Ellis throws it through traffic, and that one deflected wide. Gabriel Thornton got a piece of that. Ellis again trying to keep it in. Yarngrove covers his spot on the blue line. David Perron at the end of the shift will send that puck down the ice, and both teams are going to make changes. Matthias Ekholm looks for Forsberg. He was covered by Mark Fane. Hawley with it now. He'll play it off the boards. Get it to Draisaitl. Draisaitl chips it ahead. The puck went up and hit Jones in the face. And Seth Jones checking the chicklets. Rogers Oilers hockey right here on Sportsnet.
The Goals for Kids program is proudly sponsored by Synovus. For every Oilers goal this season, Synovus will donate $400 to Kids Sport. To date so far, the Oilers have scored 38 goals for a total of $15,200.
Here at Bridgestone Arena, team, they are still looking for their first goal. They have generated just 4 shots on Peck Arena.
Not nearly enough, but they haven't been able to really get it out of their zone and get moving up the ice to mount any offensive pressure or attack. Nashville Predators are showing the quickness and the speed and taking all time and space away from the Oilers right now.
Jordan Eberle telling you this morning the difference between playing with Taylor Hall and Benoit Pouliot is that Benoit Pouliot gives the puck back to him. So he said, hey, you know,
I kind of like that. I like it a little bit. Taylor, he misses you, but he's just, he just mentioned it. I get to handle the puck a little bit more. That's the difference between Taylor Hall likes to have that puck on his stick, and he wants to make the plays. And so it's been a little bit of an adjustment for Ryan Nugent Hopkins and Jordan Eberle. Look out here.
Give away. Paul Gostad driving towards the net against Mark Fane, trying to jam it in, but Fost holds his ground and makes the save. And that is a big guy driving the net. He's 6'5", 223. We were talking to him this morning. He's one of the best face-off guys in the league as well, but he's a quick stick there.
Very quick stick. Plus, he's got that long reach. Looks over, and now he's got to drive. So Mark Fane had to play him tough, had to play him tight. Good play by Mark Fane as Paul Gostad wanted to use every inch and every pound he had to try to get to the front of the net.
5th best face-off man in the league right now at over 58%. Lost it to Neal, but Joensuu there to help him out, get the puck to center. Gordon digging for it as well. Gordon under pressure from Forsberg. Ribeiro, outlet pass for Neal. Neal turns and just fires that puck in. Waiting for it is Philip Forsberg, the rookie checked by Petrie. To the point it comes. Neal fires a shot. Foss got a piece of that one. And the Oilers need to relieve the pressure, and they will. But that fourth line is going to be out there, and I guess the half full of that is Boyd Gordon's on the ice for a defensive zone faceoff.
But this line, the top line, Ribeiro, Forsberg, and Neal are really doing a great job. And look at how, again, the defense get involved. They're going to jump in. You'll draw down if you're a forward. You want to draw down and collapse to help out because there's so much cycling and pressure, and that allows the points to be wide open.
Scott Kit Carson has the chances at 6-0 in favor of Nashville. He never lies, and he's always right. Smith with the puck now. Smith plays it to the middle. Derek Roy gives it back to Craig Smith. Cullen parks himself in front, but there is Petrie. Take it away, play to the near side. Weber keeps the puck in, and now Arcabello almost gave it away right in front of the net to Derek Roy. Yossi to Weber. Weber, wrist shot this time. Foss the save, but the puck comes loose. Craig's got it. He'll give it to Roy. Roy in the net, up. As Roy was there trying to work his way in front, Petrie was preventing it, and the net came off the moorings.
A few weeks ago on Coach's Corner, Don Cherry talked about that very scenario about the net, because the way it's now designed, where they've shortened up the net on the back lower end because they wanted to create all that space, it makes it a little bit top heavy. And so just Craig Smith just kind of banging into it rolls that net over on top of Foss, which actually helped the others there.
Fort snaps a shot, and again Foss is called on to make a save.
They're quick, aren't they? Nashville. And there's not a lot of wasted time as far as a pass here or a pass there and try to do something a little extra. It is take it directly to the net, get people going in that as well.
Well, you and I saw practice yesterday, and it was up-tempo.
So it was a morning skate today.
Yep.
I mean, they move, and they don't waste much time out there. They get a snappy little practice going. Even watching the individual work of a guy like Kevin McCarthy, assistant coach with Peter Laviolette. He had his defensemen just working. It was impressive to watch.
Weber, look at the Yossi. A slap pass intended for Yarncroke. Didn't work, and Nugent Hopkins gets to center, flips it in. Pecorine sends it around the boards. Pouliot on the intercept to Everly. Everly to Nugent Hopkins. Did not get that shot through. Only Jokinen plays it off the boards. Ferentz for Nugent Hopkins gets by him. Weber up to Jokinen. The top line getting ready to come back out. Mike Ribeiro is on the ice now. Pouliot plays it back smartly to Ferentz. Ferentz will play it off the boards and get the puck out to center. Weber up the middle for Forsberg. Forsberg went off the stick of Ferentz and came right to Foss. He's not going to take any chances with his top line out there.
Now here's the dilemma for the Edmonton Oilers. Against the East, they're very good. 6-2-0, and the numbers are quite impressive. On the other side, against the West, they have yet to find the win column, and their numbers not nearly impressive. Oh, the power play is a little bit better. It's interesting. But you've got to find a way to compete against those big teams in the West. This was going to be a test. Everybody knew it. You've got to find a way.
They will go home to play an Eastern team in Ottawa, but then on Sunday it's right back to the West as the Arizona Coyotes pay a visit. 5-game homestand for the Oilers. And they get back home. Ellis brings it in. Ellis lost it. Forsberg carries on. Pocket picked by David Perron. Perron, Arcabello, and Yakupov. They're going to head off. Ekholm, quick up for Neal. Neal, drop pass for Ribeiro. Ribeiro can't get by Petrie. Drives. Lifts that puck down the ice. The Oilers are playing a little bit of rope-a-dope right now.
Well, you hope anyway. Because Ali actually came back to win that fight, so you hope it's a little bit of rope-a-dope. But the Nashville Predators are moving well. They're doing a lot of things quickly. Direct shots to the net. As you mentioned, 15 shots to just 4 for the Oilers. The Oilers have had both teams have had a short ice surface, but it's pointed towards Net of
The charity auction is drafted.
About the break.
The Hockey Fights Cancer online charity auction is now open and runs until tomorrow. Over 80 items are up for grabs, including a complete set of autographed game-worn jerseys, as well as autographed Hall, Eberle, and RNH game-worn helmets, and a limited edition of the 1984 Oilers Stanley Cup champion team signed canvas. The proceeds of the online auction will support the Kids with Cancer Society and the Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation. To place your bid, visit OilersFoundation.ca.
5:15 left to go in the first period. Goals by Mike Ribeiro and Matt Cullen. The story right now, and as well as the shot clock, 15-4, as Drew mentioned. Hendricks gets it out to center, and then the Predators get possession back. Seth Jones. Craig Smith at center. Malchenkov against Payne. Payne takes him into the board. Malchenkov stays with it. Gordon trying to take the puck away from number 20. Still alive in the corner. Gordon down. It finally does squirt free, but it's not.
as he forwards have to be aggressive for that, pinching down the board.
Ellison Ekholm, the defenseman right now for Nashville. And there's Ellis stepping up on Ferentz, knocked them down, and the Nashville Predators come back. Jarnkrok, Jokinen, and Bork. Schultz under pressure, plays it to the corner, and there is Ekholm down low. Bork plays it back to the point. Ellis steps into a one-time shot, and Fox makes the save on that hard blast from Ryan Ellis. There's a lot of guys in that blue line who could shoot the puck hard, but they just pale in comparison to the guy that wears number 6.
He's got good stuff behind him.
Ellis. Jokinen takes a hit from Ferentz as he gets the puck in. The Nashville Predators want to make a change. Ferentz with it now. Up for Pouliot. Pouliot checked by Weber. Ferentz gets it back again. He'll give it to Schultz. Schultz. To Pouliot. Comes right to Nugent Hopkins, going to the net. Nugent Hopkins with a toe drag, but that was stopped by Roman Josi. Eberle, his shot, hits. Pecorine, the second one goes into the...
So there, tell you, get the puck behind him.
The Draisaitl line out there now against Mike Ribeiro. Brought across the line by Roman Josi. Neal. Puck intercepted by Teddy Purcell. Nikitin on the far side for Petrie. And the Oilers once again can't get loose, but that time the
looks lower in the zone. Bucket.
Sense that and goal and penalties, one of them to the deck. Shot hard in by Ollie. Pecorine leaves it in behind the net. Ellis. Ekholm on the boards, and then the stick of Yakupov ends up in the skate of Ryan Ellis.
There's that little gap in the skate blade. That's Yakupov got the stick right in there, and they had to stop for a second to dislodge.
Icing call coming up against Nashville.
The Yakupov, who has used the stick. To the laugh. What a difference a couple of wins make. The guy's feeling loose, and I think teams need to be loose.
Schultz got his blocked by Derek Roy. Now Smith racing after it. Craig Smith gets there, takes a hit from Ferentz, gets separated from the puck. Schultz has got it. He gave it away. Gostad's shot gets deflected out into the protective net. He gave it away. Nugent Hopkins got a stick in the way.
Nashville Predators are...
The all-new 2017 Can-Am Maverick X3, available at Martin Motorsports.
Bases first, and they're winning loose puck battles. Craig Smith does a good job. Justin Schultz has it, but then it just bounces off the skate, and it goes right to the Nashville Predators because they're up on the play. Dallas Aikens talks about his team. He wants 5 guys up in the forecheck. You're seeing that tonight so far in this first period by the Nashville Predators. Everybody's up on the play.
They were away for 12 days. You think, oh, the first game back after a road trip's always tough. But they played Saturday. They had Sunday off. They practiced yesterday here. And now they are home for just the
one game.
Yeah, they'll be in St. Louis on Thursday. and come home to play Winnipeg on Saturday.
Where they work. They were just in St. Louis.
9 games in November, only 2 of them at home. Roman Josi chased back into his own zone. 1.5 minutes left to go in the first period. 16 shots for the Predators, 6 for the Oilers. A 2-0 lead for Nashville.
Scoring still.
Forsberg to Neal. Or Neal around the boards. Ribeiro waiting for it on the far side. Ribeiro behind the net for James Neal. Shea Weber down low. Back to the point. Neal covering for Weber. Josi with it now. Roman Josi trying to feed that puck in front. Arcabello will give it to Purcell. Purcell to McKeaton. McKeaton under all kinds of pressure. Ribeiro comes up with it. Forsberg from a short angle puts it home. Front covering. Arcabello will give it to puts up with it. Forsberg from a short angle puts it home. The rookie fill up with it. Forsberg to McKeaton.
Half of the game by Mike Ribeiro. It's a long road back now. The next puck pursuit and a really good support play by Mike Ribeiro. A lot of guys start scoring some more.
That top lunch to go along with the goal. He's as Mike Ribeiro gets an assist. Produced 5.
Nashville goal comes. A lot of teams, they want these
30 seconds left to go in the first period. Josi 1-0 Predators. Nystrom under some pressure turns the puck over. Nugent Hopkins back to the point. Schultz to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins. Gostad trying to work him over. Bends him off, gets it to Yakupov. Caron in there as well, digging for the puck with time winding down, trying to get at least a shot before the period ends. Reward all that hard work, but it won't happen. And then Gostad runs into Yakupov. Caron comes together with Gostad.
It's all right. It's all right for the Oilers. A little bit of pushback. A little bit, they're still emotionally in this game. This is a hard-working play. Yakupov coming back. He's just going to finish this play on Gostad. Gets up. Here comes David Perron for a little bit of help. Taylor Beck comes in. Pushback from Yakupov. That's not a bad sign at all. It shows well. You're a little upset by that first period. You want to stay in the game emotionally.
Well, the top line for the Nashville Predators, David, the difference in this first period is they have produced 5 points so far in this game.
Welcome back to the Bridgestone Arena. We are through 1 period of play between the Edmonton Oilers and the Nashville Predators. And the first period scoring summary brought to you by Worley Parsons Cord. Visit WorleyParsonsCord.com to find your place on our construction team. And I tell you what, if it wasn't for such a great sponsor like Worley Parsons Cord, we may not even show you the first period scoring summary if you're an Oilers fan, because it just, it didn't start off well and it didn't end well. And Drew and Kevin have been discussing the fact that number 1 line has been very hot, and that continued in the opening period of play. Well, Drew and Kevin also waxed on poetically about the fact that the Nashville Predators are just back home after a 12-day road trip. 6 games. They went 4-2 in the road trip because of the Country Music Awards. And I tell you what, there were a number of stars in the building. The band Perry was one of them. As we work our way through the CMAs, there's Luke Bryan and company as they were on stage as well. And, Miranda Lambert and Carrie Underwood, who's Mike Fisher's favorite country music star, and Taylor Swift. I know the Oilers are going to try and shake it off here as they get set to return to the ice. And there's the team who, the night before the game against the Dallas Stars, were watching the CMA Awards. That's country music to their ears. Back to you.
Mike Fisher is not in the lineup, Gene, because of an Achilles tendon injury. But it was revealed that his wife, Carrie Underwood, is going to have a baby boy, and the baby boy will arrive in the spring. Second period underway, Drew. You talked about it before too long in this game, how you have to make adjustments, and we'll see what the Oilers can do.
Are they going to defeat the pinching, aggressive defense, and will they put pucks deep?
And one thing they have done is change the goaltender, and they've got a goal. Benoit Pouliot. They're going to have to make adjustments, and we'll see what the Oilers can do.
Are they going to defeat the pinching, aggressive defense, and will they put pucks deep?
And one thing they have done is change the goaltender. Aggressive can do.
Are they going to defeat the pinching, aggressive defense, and will they put pucks deep?
And one thing they have done is change the goaltender, and they do more. Got 3. We talked about the big line for Nashville to win winner. And 15 shots in the first period. Echo. To the corner it goes. Forsberg knocks down Keaton to get to the puck. Ribeiro. To the middle. Neal with a shot, and Scrivens tested, and a penalty coming up to Keaton as he tripped up Philip Forsberg. And the first power play of this game will go to the Nashville Predators.
And a great forecheck by Philip Forsberg sets all of this up. 1, the chance, then 2, the penalty to Nikita Nikitin. Alice Aiken's looking up at the big screen. He's going to check it out on his own. But when you look at the good chance, Ribeiro finds James Neal, finds that soft spot, and that looked like it was just a twist and a fall, didn't it?
Nashville was 0 for 2 against St. Louis on Saturday. They had just 1 power play chance. Game on October 29th against the Oilers, they were 0 for 1. A power play that is dead last at home. They have scored just 1 goal here at Bridgestone Arena. The Oilers penalty killers ranked 19th in the league. A huge kill here for the Oilers as Ellis shoots it in. Fade gets there ahead of Craig Smith. Smith gets the puck back though. Boyd Gordon working the wall. He and Hendricks are up front. Puck comes back to the point. Weber gives it to Ellis, gets it back again, and then off the skate of Weber right to Boyd Gordon. He says thank you very much, sends it down the ice, and both teams will change up. Benoit Pouliot and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins out there now on this penalty kill. Neal to Ribeiro. Ribeiro backtracked by Pouliot. Back to the point it goes. Here it comes. There's a shot by Yossi, and Scrivens steers that aside. Forsberg against Pouliot. Back to the point. Yossi's got it again. Yossi turns, fires another shot, and this time a glove save. And scored. Predators get possession. Swing and a miss from Matthias Ekholm. Ends up behind the net for James Neal. He's tied up there by Fading. The puck squirts free. Kept in along the boards. But Yossi can't keep that backhand by Hendricks. In the zone, and the Oilers will get an opportunity to change their penalty killers again. 18 seconds left to go. And the penalty to Nikita Nikitin. Romero with the blue line. Neal will bring it in to Forsberg. Forsberg along the blue line. Pouliot watching him. The puck comes near side. Romero's got it. Romero. Quick shot by Neal, and that one missed the target. Penalty is over. Nikitin back on the ice. The Oilers weather the first power play storm. But the Nashville team, that's kind of baffling why this team is so poor at home with a man advantage. They did generate 2 shots on that power play. David Perron, Neil Yakupov, and Mark Marcavello now go to work. Yakupov back to the point and went off the stick of Ollie. Bjornkrok lets the shot go, and Ollie got the stick in the way, and up into the netting it goes.
A good response from defense, Ollie. Yeah. I think we talked, and he summed it up beautifully. When we talked to him before the head in your head for this, again, that's why people should block shots.
Ollie has the puck now. He'll play it around the boards for Schultz. Shoots it near side for Yoansu. Checked there by Volchenkov. As the Blue Liners for Nashville stay aggressive here in the second period. Volchenkov over to Seth Jones. Throws it towards the net. Scramble in front. Puck is loose. Yoansu's got it. Yes, the Yoansu circles back. Rundqvist was watching him. An opportunity now for Schultz as he jumps up with Hendricks. Schultz to Hendricks. Hendricks back to Schultz. Schultz circles the net, plays it back to the point. Stepping into a shot is Nikitin. And that one blocked before it could get through. Johnson tips it in. He's going to head off the top line on the ice now. 31 seconds in. Benoit Pouliot gets the goal. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins now has 5 points in his last 5 games. And Jordan Eberle has 8 helpers on the year. He has the team lead. Nugent-Hopkins has the puck in the corner. Smith comes up with it. He is checked by Pouliot, carries on across the blue line. Eberle to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins flips it in. He'll race after the head of Roman Josi. Gets it behind the net for Benoit Pouliot. Pouliot shoved by Weber. Weber with a pass to Cullen. Picked up now by Josi. And that Cullen offside.
Wave inch in the front.
And wins. Neal out in front for Forsberg. Good defensive play there by Jeff Petrie. Ribeiro at the blue line. Fires a shot through traffic. And that one cuts some iron. Reflected up into the glass of the Nashville Predators. Keep the pressure on. Ekholm. Ferretz lays it around the boards. Ellis keeps it in. Nifty little pass to Ribeiro. Mike Ribeiro down low for James Neal. James Neal handled by Petrie. Ribeiro back at the point, covering for Ellis as he gets it behind the net for Neal. Neal back to the point for Ellis. Ellis with Ekholm. Matthias Ekholm. Quick shot by Forsberg, and that was blocked by Mark Arcabello. Ferentz almost gave it away to Forsberg. Forsberg will backhand it in. Neal going after it into the shift, though, for that top line for the Predators. Stepped in. Volchenkov shot bounces wide. Nystrom with it now. Another play out in front for Neal. He doesn't want to get off.
No, I wouldn't either if I was playing that well and the puck was everywhere where I was.
Nystrom chips it in. Paul Gostad. And Taylor Beck, part of that fourth line, along with the guy that has the puck now, Eric Nystrom. Nystrom checked by Petrie. Quick shot, and that one goes wide as Beck let it go. Volchenkov takes a hit from Puckarinen, but keeps the puck in. Now, Petrie giving a big hit, and Jeff Petrie is slow to get up as Eric Nystrom crunched him into the boards, and Jeff Petrie is hurting.
Eric Nystrom can do that. He finishes checks and he finishes hard.
Like his dad did.
Yes, we'll have to keep an eye on Jeff, who has been a very consistent player on the back end for the Edmonton Oilers this season.
Stays out there. Ollie's got the puck now. He'll send it around the boards. Racing over to try to keep it in was Josi against Benoit Pouliot. Gabriel Ford. Pass by Jokinen. He takes it in the same spot. And now an opportunity for Petrie to clear as Eberle brings it in. Eberle. Button hook. Tried the drop pass for Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins against Josi. Eberle in the far corner. Cycles with Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins trying to work it back to the point. It was intercepted by Olli Jokinen, and a pass intended for Nikita Nikitin. Nice move by Pouliot to get it behind the net. Eberle checks. Josi gets the puck back again. Eberle out in front for Benoit Pouliot, and he was checked by Weber, and this time the puck goes right into the Oiler bench. 3-1 is the score here in Nashville. Rogers Oilers Hockey from One Sports Network.
Well, the Oilers fans a little happier after the start of this period. Meanwhile, a reminder that Safeway's featured participating product for tonight's hockey game is Nabob Coffee.
That guy's got your hair.
He's got my lack of it. Well, I got left. There's shot. Coming. Deflected. Off the shoulder. Off the post. Ben Scrivens fights it off. And here's the hard check by Eric Nystrom. Jeff Petrie tried to escape it. Instead, got pasted up against the boards. It looked like he was okay. He was shot out of him on the bench just during the break, and he looked okay.
Schultz on the intercept, brings it in, drop pass for Draisaitl. Draisaitl goes cross ice, trying to find Yakupov, who is broken up by Neal.
Shoot the puck, kid. Young guy, you want him to shoot the puck. He direct plays against the Nashville Predators. They're going to make it. They're going to take everything away in the middle.
Puckarinen shoots it in. Puckarinen stops it. Forsberg. Volchenkov. Around the board as it goes. Waiting for it is Ribeiro. Ribeiro behind the net for Neal. James Neal back to the point it comes. Ellis. Neal. His shot deflected by Draisaitl.
Leon kept waiting for that title. Cross ice passes will not work against Nashville. They come back too hard to their zone. They're going to take everything away.
At home. Down on the ice. No icing on the play, so Nicky Nikitin will go back and get it ahead of Craig Smith. Nikitin, double teamed there by Smith and Derek Roy. Roy played it back to the point, but Ekholm was right in front of him. And the Nashville Predators will have to retreat. The Predators have outscored their opposition in the second period 13-6. After that goal by Benoit Pouliot, but the Oilers have done a good job as we reach the halfway point almost of this second period. It remains a 3-1 game.
Still have not generated really any offense besides the chance. Not to be kind of a party pooper here, but 7 shots this halfway through the game. You got to get some more. You got to find a way.
Eberle checked neatly there by Weber and then knocked down by the big man. Pouliot. That one shot Drew talked about was the goal by Benoit Pouliot. Ferentz behind the net for Nugent Hopkins. It's cut off by Paul Gostad. Kept in by Pouliot for Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins. He gets checked and the Nashville Predators start away. That was stopped. Here comes Eberle. Eberle back to the point for Schultz. Schultz weaves his way in. Quick shot by David Perron, and that's stopped by Pecorine. Schultz gets it back again. Schultz to Ferris. One-time shot on the way, blocked by Nystrom. Arcabello behind the net for David Perron. Perron. He is stopped by Gostad. The Oilers keep it in. And that time it gets deflected by Beck off the stick of Ollie and out of play. We'll take a break. Be back to the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville after this.
A reminder about Scotiabank Wednesday night hockey. Boston Bruins, who've won 5 in a row, take on the Toronto Maple Leafs, who've won 2 consecutive games. Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 p.m. Pacific on Sportsnet East, Ontario West, and Pacific.
Oh, Nash. Come on, man.
What's she going to do?
Don't laugh at each other. This fan-on-fan violence. This is not right. Nash having a time. Nash coming back from an injury tonight as well. Yeah.
Broke his leg. He is back, and the Nashville Predators are back home. The Oilers with the only goal of the period. It came 31 seconds in. Benoit Pouliot's third of the year. Arcabello sees it go by it. Ekholm right in front. It goes. Jeff Petrie back after being hammered there by Nystrom. He stopped Derek Roy. He was all alone.
Did the right thing. Took the man. But he's got to keep pucks out of the middle against the Nashville Predators.
Ollie shoots it in. Rene stops it. He'll play it himself around the glass and gets that puck out. Kane. Nikitin. And Yakupov did not clear the zone.
This period brought to you by Crystal Glass. Glassidents happen. Crystal Glass for all your glass needs.
Another close call, but it's good to see Jeff Petrie coming back on the ice and then makes a good defensive play. Still 3-1. Oilers trying to find a way to get some offensive zone time, but you're going to do it. This is the line to do it. Nugent Hopkins' line has been very good tonight, even though the team is down.
Out against the top line for Nashville that has produced 5 points. Neal, Forsberg, and Ribeiro. Pouliot. Nugent Hopkins, great little spin move. Gets the red line, backhands it in. Pecorine. Has Pouliot all over, forces the turnover. Pouliot. That one bounced off of Neal and went behind the net. Neal with it now. James Neal up the middle for Philip Forsberg. Being watched by Nikitin, who gave it away to Ribeiro. Ribeiro behind the net. Here is Neal off the skate. Could not get the shot. And the Oilers come back. Nugent Hopkins with Teddy Purcell driving the net. Couldn't get it through. Roman Josi prevented that, but Nugent Hopkins gets the puck again. Purcell takes a look. Garrett hammers the shot. Schultz keeps it in. Schultz trying to bank it in. Schultz still has it. He'll come to Teddy Purcell. Purcell lets it go through traffic. Gordon looking for the rebound. Forsberg pounded there by Purcell. And then hit by Matt Hendricks. Ferentz Throws it back in. The Oilers make a change. 24-9. The shots favor the Predators.
A bit more offensive zone time in the last couple of shifts. Starts out with the Ryan Nugent-Hopkins line and then followed up.
Olli Jokinen with Järnkrok and Gabriel Bourque. Jokinen hung on to it. Put it down low for Bourque. He's caught up there by Andrew Ferris, and the puck squirts free. Schultz. Lost it to Järnkrok. Perron unable to get the puck out. Now it's muscled out by Arcabello, and he will backhand it down into Nashville territory. Bourque gets it out to center, no farther. Jeff Petrie just shoots it back in. Seth Jones, he and Anton Volchenkov are the defensive pair now for Nashville. Bourque hit by Petrie. The puck squirts free, and it's picked up by Keith Aulley. Keith Aulley flipping it for Everly. Everly across the blue line. Jordan Everly with a shot. Juggled by Pecorine, but he'll hang on.
Jordan Everly's got a little pop going in the second period.
Jordan Everly's got 11 points on the season, looking for goal number 100 of his.
Jordan Everly's got a little pop going in the second period.
Jordan Everly's got 11 points on the season, looking for goal number 100 of his career. On the season, looking for goal number 100 of his career.
Just during the commercial break, Jordan Everly and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins taking a little break and then talking to each other, but the shifts that they're having and how the second period is going so far, you know, it's going not bad for this group. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins gets the puck deep, and they go to work on the forecheck, push it down low. This is what Jordan Everly said the team likes to do, trying to find the right man. A little bit of a change because Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Teddy Purcell have come out, and Matt Hendricks over to Ferentz with the shot. Justin Schultz activates, and Nugent-Hopkins changed. There was a change that happened because Nugent-Hopkins' line got the thing going in the first place. Momentum. Next line came out. Good shift change and continued pressure.
And you see that the Oilers have taken a page out of the book of the Nashville Predators with their defense being activated. As Drew mentioned, you saw Keith Aulley there right in front of the net. All started with an Arcabello face-off win. Arcabello, Perron, and Yakubov. Yakubov scores. Hard works. And you see.
Next line came out. Good shift change and continued pressure.
And you see that the Oilers have taken a page out of the book of the Nashville Predators with their defense being activated. Page out of the book of the Nashville Predators with their defense being activated. As Drew mentioned, you saw Keith Aulley there right in front of the net. All started with an Arcabello face-off win. Arcabello, Perron, and Yakubov. Yakubov made it out of the book of the Nashville. Up from
off win. Work off the belt towards the net. Right. Work
in without a goal in his last 6 games, but he has the Oilers within one. They were down 3-0 in the first period. They have clawed their way back into this game in the second. A block shot by Ferentz. 2 block shots by Andrew Ferentz. The second one goes up into the netting. Nabob HD action camera, courtesy of Safeway and Nabob Coffee, on the second goal of the season for Nail Yakubov. And a big tip of the hat to David Perron, who gets his 7th helper of the season.
That's a veteran play. You feel that pressure on your one shoulder. You slide the other way, away from pressure, and that created some kind of space, but you got to keep your feet moving. That's why David Perron was able to get that track to the net.
3 points in his last 6 games for Perron. And Pecorine has Boyd Gordon bearing down on him, so he will hang on to it.
So things right now, really interesting. Just 11 shots for the Oilers, but Nail Yakubov comes up. He's third man because he sees the defenseman pitch, so he's got to come back and support the middle. And then he waits. And he waits and he waits, and he's just reading off of David Perron. He doesn't get too deep too early. He just watches David Perron and then makes the move to the net at the perfect time.
7 points on the year now for Nail Yakubov. And we were talking to Dallas Aikens this morning about the hard work of Nail Yakubov and how he's keeping a positive frame, but would that wear off if he didn't have success? Well, he's had success, and that line is right back out there. Mark Bain with a shot through traffic, and there is Yakubov in front, battling with Anton Volchenkov. Perron against Seth Jones. Yakubov comes to the near side. Well, Chekhov gets there first. Can't get it by Mark Payne. Arcabello keeps it in. Pecorine goes far side. Seth Jones has got it. Arcabello picks up the other assist. He now has 3 helpers on the season as Scrivens has to be sharp.
Snaps a little glove out there. Nice little save. Gabriel Bourque getting the puck towards the net. Nice outlet in the middle by the Nashville Predators. Just a little pop to the middle, then bang. You're on your breakout. To the outside again. Direct path towards the net. Ben Scrivens flashes the letter. A little bit more. Right off the bat, looked like Ben Scrivens was ready to go. Right? You know, when he came in the second period.
Weber knocks it down at the point. Kenny Purcell starts the rush. He is on that line again with Hendricks and Gordon. We have seen this work to effect, especially effective in the game in Buffalo. Boyd Gordon scored the winning goal.
Sometimes Dallas will save Leon Draisaitl and Yuri Pecorine and put Teddy Purcell out there, maybe double shift the Arcabello and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins line and try to get Joensuu and Purcell some extra ice when they shorten the bench.
Purcell shoots it in. He will head to the bench. We've got 3.5 minutes left to go in the second period. That has been dominated by the Edmonton Oilers on the score sheet. Neal snaps a shot. Scrivens the save. Neal again, and another save by Ben Scrivens. Ekholm keeps it in at the blue line. Ekholm pushes it by Petrie, but Petrie recovers, and Jeff Petrie, none the worse for wear, as Drew mentioned. He shook off that hit from Nystrom. Nugent-Hopkins has it go by him. Ribeiro brings it in, dishes to Forsberg. Forsberg to Neal. Neal shot stopped by Scrivens. And picked up by Nugent-Hopkins. Starts away with a short pass to Eberle. Eberle back to Nugent-Hopkins off the end of his stick. And just backhanded out by Ryan Ellis. David Perron and Eberle. Eberle chips it in. Perron is going to give chase. Pops into Ekholm. As Ekholm got it to his D partner Ellis. Ribeiro works his way to center. Into the opposite corner it goes. That top line will change up. 28 shots for the Predators. 11 for the Oilers. But it's a 1-goal game and a penalty on the way. It will be a tripping call. And the Oilers will get their first power play of this game.
So, as the Oilers are starting to move out of the zone, Oilers are fortunate on that one. I don't think that's a strong call by the official. I guess their feet clicked and down went Mark Arcabello. And it's fortunate because that puck stayed in the zone too. So a fortunate call for the Oilers. Can they take advantage? And will they shoot the puck on this power play?
They were 0 for 2 the last time these teams met.
Talked to Craig Ramsey and the coaching staff yesterday. Said, "Are you guys shooting the puck enough in the power play?" He said, "No." He said, "So how do you get into it?" He goes, "You coach them. You keep telling them and telling them. You keep repeating it, and that's part of the job. You got to get it into their heads that you want shots from the point."
Power play that has flicked just twice away from Rexall. 0 for 3 against New York. Opportunity for Pouliot shots, and he can fire that wrist shot. Pecorine needs to save. Pouliot's behind the net. A bouncing puck for Yossi to Gostad. Gostad turned it over to Pouliot. He will play it all the way back to the point. Waiting for it is Schultz. Justin Schultz. Around the boards, Arcabello. Back to Schultz at the point. Schultz will give it to Nugent-Hopkins. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins on the half wall. Weighs his options. Back to Schultz. Wrist shot through traffic. Deflected into the corner. And then hammered down the ice by Roman Josi.
Had Benoit Pouliot in front. He got that shot up a little high, but it was the right idea.
Schultz drops it back for Draisaitl. Pass for Purcell didn't work. And the Predators able to get it down the ice off the stick of Anton Chekhov. With less than a minute to go in the period. 40 seconds left to go in the Oilers power play. Purcell to Perron. David Perron inside the blue line. Drop pass for Teddy Purcell. Nikitin Being watched up top by Olli Jokinen. Yakupov, he'll go cross ice for David Perron. Draisaitl in the middle. The Keaton shot deflected wide. Big shot attempt there by David Perron. Draisaitl comes up with it. Back to the point. The Keaton. Yakupov right in front it goes, but Volchenkov blocked it before it could get through to Perron. The Keaton. Perron. Here comes the Keaton. Purcell walks in. Yakupov! Misfired, but this time a bouncing puck almost home for Teddy Purcell. And Pecorine has seen enough. He will cover up, but what a great effort by the Oilers.
What happens when you're shooting the puck? What happens is it scrambles the penalty killers. You're making life tough on them because they're always trying to find the puck. Here's Neil Yakupov. Won the puck. Oh, just misses. That's a one-timer that could go home again. But he follows it up. It just goes up a little high. Puck comes right back to net. Pecorine's got to stop it, got to settle everything down. But when you shoot the puck on the power play, when you're directing it at the net, it causes the penalty killers a lot of problems. So the coaching certainly getting into the ears of the power play units.
The Oilers had 3 shots on that power play. Both teams 0 for 1.
Now we've tried, it's 13.9 seconds. See if you can build on that momentum.
2 of the best face-off guys going head-to-head. Look how low both Gaustad and Gordon get. And this time, the battle goes to Gaustad. Down to 5 seconds. Nystrom, Beck, and Gaustad. But Schultz will play it around the boards, get it by Weber. He won't get a chance to make a shot. A bounce back for the Oilers big time in that second period. It starts with Pouliot, and then it's Yakupov.
Welcome back to Music City, USA, where Edmonton is taking on Nashville. The scoring summary is brought to you by Worley Parsons Court. Visit WorleyParsonsCourt.com to find your place on our construction team. Let's just breeze by that first period scoring summary. If you're the Oilers and you like the second period scoring summary, much better because they got themselves back into the hockey game and the shots a little bit closer to 2 periods of play. Well, Dallas Eakins has certainly in his time with the Edmonton Oilers has made it known that he is heavy into fitness and food and nutrition. And despite that, he had some fun yesterday with Neil Yakupov, who ordered this Sunday right in front of the Edmonton Oilers head coach. Nutrition is a big thing for the Edmonton Oilers. Couple things in the morning. They like the players to have eggs as well as nuts. In the afternoon, as they get ready for a game, of course, pasta and rice. They don't like a lot of that, though, later in the evening. After a game, they do not eat pizza, which they used to because of the cheese. They feel like it's just too heavy. As for chocolate, the milk chocolate, not really. They prefer it if they have the dark chocolate. And I must say this, it's tough being a waiter, but a little food for thought. Drew and Kevin into the third period.
Gene, make sure you bring that chocolate bar, eh?
No kidding.
A long ride home. Third period is underway. The Oilers down by 1. Weber winds, fires a shot, and Pouliot got the stick in the way and sent it up into the netting.
Talk about the shots. 14 shots for the Oilers and 28 for the Predators. 14 guys on the Predators have contributed those 28 shots. Only 6 guys on the Oilers have contributed to their 14 shots. So you need a little bit more from some of the other gentlemen not putting the puck on the net.
And 5 of those shots have come from Jordan Eberle. Neal with a shot, and he is leading everybody. He went through 40 minutes with 7 shots.
He can shoot it. Jordan Eberle's had, as we talked about, a really good pop in the second period. And James Neal, he's just pure out a goal scorer. He loves to shoot the puck, shoots it well, goes to the net well. The big body that when he gets that nose for the net, he's very tough to keep off of it. He also has that ability just to find that quiet area. We saw that save that Ben Scrivens made in the second period. It was really important. But then James Neal just slid to the quiet area. Got the chance.
And Scrivens came on in relief of Victor Foss after 1 period. Made 11 saves in that second frame. Weber to Yossi to the middle for Neal. Neal, wrist shot, and there's a glove save by Ben Scrivens.
It's the 3rd shot for James Neal on this shift. For crying out loud. But he does a nice job as he slides to the middle. Again, finding that area. That's what good goal scorers do. They find those areas that, between the defenders and the net. He's able just to find that area in the space. Gets a great chance on that.
Boyd Gordon in the face-off circle. 11 wins, 16 draws. 69% success rate. The 4th line out there now against Derek Roy. Oilers get control, and this one is sent down the ice. And a penalty on the way.
Right off face-off, a high stick. I think Andrew Ferentz got clipped.
It will be the Oilers' second power play of this game. And Cullen is headed to the penalty box.
So right off the face-off, battling in tight. There it is, just at the last second as Matt Cullen wasn't even looking. He was turning the other way, trying to get his stick loose. He just got caught up and accidental contact, but you have to be able to maintain control of your stick at all times. So 2 minutes and the Oilers power play goes back to work.
And the pass from Purcell gets by Nikitin. It is Purcell with Draisaitl, Perron, and Nikitin. Weber and Yossi, along with Nystrom and Gostad. The penalty killers for Nashville, and it is Weber who will send it down the ice and send Nikitin back to pick it up and regroup. Nikitin buries it himself to the red line. Quick pass over to David Perron. He will whip it around the boards. Rene can't stop it. Weber sends it around the other side. David Perron waiting for it to Nikitin. Quick pass for Draisaitl. Yakupov back to Nikitin, unable to keep it in at the blue line. Behind you here. Draisaitl. Nice pass to Perron. Perron moving in against Yossi. Fires a shot and Rene makes the save. And keeps it in on the near side. And now it is Weber who sends it down the ice. And both teams will change up with under a minute left to go on the penalty to Matt Cullen. Nikitin waits. Delivers to Eberle. Eberle gets by Nystrom. Sends it around the board. Chopped at it by Seth Jones, and he does get it out to center.
Nobody going with Jordan Eberle there, either away from the puck or with the puck in order to provide support when he entered the zone and was pressured.
Pouliot tried to give it back to him there, but instead it was sent down the ice by Jones. Schultz. Everly, Nugent-Hopkins, Arcabello, and Pouliot. Nugent-Hopkins gets to the line, shoots it in. Rene slows it down, but it still comes to Arcabello. And then Arcabello lost it to Olli Jokinen, moving in shorthanded. With Bjornkrok with the shot, and a penalty coming up to Mark Arcabello. And he's going for slashing.
A power play that doesn't generate any chances. And then it gets turned over at the end, and here comes the transition game for the Predators. And just the slash up on the hands and the stick goes parallel to the ice. Not much of a slash, but it's been a consistent, and Dallas doesn't like the call, which you don't blame them. But they have been consistent, the officials, tonight on these little calls. It wasn't a hard slash. I've seen harder. My kids used to slash me harder in the basement.
You deserved it, though.
It's true. It's true.
Matt Cullen does out of the penalty box of the Nashville Predators on their second power play of this game. Boyd Gordon and Matt Hendricks are the penalty killers, along with Ollie and Fane. A big kill for the Oilers here, 3 minutes into the third period. Yossi. Romero behind the net it goes, now to the near side. Trying to keep it in with Ekholm. Fane pushes against Rivera. Kicks it to the corner, Neal back to the point. Waiting for it there is Roman Yossi with a hard wrist shot. The rebound is cleared down the ice. And the penalty killers change for the Oilers.
This is what you always refer to in the game as a critical moment.
Hopkins and Pouliot. Up front for the Oilers with Ferentz and Petrie on the blue line. Neal brings it in, drop pass. One-time attempt by Matthias Ekholm, and he didn't get much of it. Roman Yossi can't keep it in. Nugent-Hopkins to Pouliot. Pouliot winds, fires a blast. Rene makes the save. Nugent-Hopkins was looking for the rebound.
Beautiful play getting set up. Matthias Ekholm, he's looking for the big blast. Nice entry into the zone, wide play to enter. You've got great support, 3 guys around the puck, and everybody's for the Oilers is looking the one way. Matthias Ekholm was sitting there. Give it to me, baby. It's in my wheelhouse. Whoops.
That wheelhouse hasn't been very big. He hasn't scored in the last 47 games. Boyd Gordon hammered into the boards. Nice. Shea Weber down to 37 seconds left to go on the penalty to Mark Arcabello. Weber pushes it to the middle. It's picked up there by Jokinen. Smith intercepted by Ferentz. Ferentz gets it to Gordon. Gordon finishes it off, and he'll head off on a change. And the other thing the Oilers have done on these power plays, they have prevented Shea Weber from setting up and unleashing the big cannon. Down to 7 seconds. Weber with it now. Weber winds, fires a blast, and there is Scrivens to make the save. Just as Mark Arcabello steps out of the penalty box.
Jeff Petrie was hit in the second period. He's still getting looked at. Here's Boyd Gordon taking a pass, and he gets hammered from behind by Shea Weber. And then Jeff Petrie takes a stick to the chops underneath, just right underneath his chin. That's been a tough night for Jeff Petrie. He is okay as he was getting spoken to, but that was if you can just tell, you swear, the stick came right up underneath, almost a spear underneath the chin. Inadvertent, yes, but Shea Weber got away with one on the hit on Boyd Gordon.
15-20 left to go here in the third period. It is the second of 3 meetings between these teams. We won't have to wait very long because the Oilers will be back here in Nashville on November the 27th to wrap up their season series. Bjorkrook against Arcabello. From the draw, scramble. The Oilers get possession. Schultz gets it to Yakupov, gets it back again. Arcabello for Ferris, that goes straight up in the air. He and Jones battle for it as it ends up in the corner. Bjorkrook lays it behind the net, and Seth Jones will give it to Volchenkov. Volchenkov has it go off Arcabello right into the Nashville bench.
Introducing the new BF Goodrich KO2 tire. BF Goodrich. Take control. Anymore on furniture, mattresses, appliances, and big screen TVs.
Drew, the Oilers are trying to do something. Mentioned they haven't won a game when they trailed after 2 periods, and you've talked about the fact that they have not beaten the team from the Western Conference. They can check both those off if they get the job done here tonight.
I like what Nail Yakupov told Gene Principe between the periods, was the fact that they knew that they had to just stick with the system. 3-0 after 1 period is no big deal, which, well, I would argue, but he was right as far as they have stuck to what they know works. So now you got to find some traction in this period.
Ribeiro lost it to Pouliot. Neal comes back, and here is Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins snaps a shot, and it snapped his stick.
That was during the little scrum in the neutral zone. He got his stick slashed, and that you just don't know that the stick has been compromised.
Forsberg flips it into the opposite corner. Neal comes up with it. Kenny Purcell trying to help out Boyd Gordon. Gordon does get the puck. He will flip it up in the air. Forsberg waits for it to come down. This line was dynamic in the first period. Came up with 5 points. But it was all Oilers in the second frame. And right now, there's 13:48 left to go in it. Purcell. As for Hendricks, he got tripped up there by Matt Cullen. Laid offside. As Jones brings it up, shoots it in, off the stick of Perreault. Into the corner it goes. And Heaton sends it around for his deep partner, Fane, who gave it away. Opportunity now for Smith with a shot, and that was blocked by Fane and went up into the netting. 3-2 is the score here at Bridgestone Arena. Rogers, Oilers hockey. Tonight's outstanding play is brought to you by Remax. Outstanding agents, outstanding results.
And a big goal for the Oilers. Great work along the boards. And just an outstanding effort by David Perron. He just wheels off a check, battles his way to the net, and Nail Yakupov and Scott Morrison and Nick Kiprios talked about in the break. Just timed it perfectly. Good timing, not too much of a rush. Stays behind the play, sneaks in, boom, in the net. Outstanding by Perron, outstanding by Yakupov, and outstanding thanks to Remax.
And if the Oilers pull off a victory, it'll be a happy plane ride home. Is exactly what Neil Yakupov told Gene Principe he wants.
Everybody likes a happy plane ride.
Henricks. Ellis gives it to Smith. Smith dumps the puck in. Jeff Petrie. Hits it out to center. Ekholm for Smith off his stick. Petrie with a pass for Matt Henricks. Gets by him. Ellis plays it off the board. Only trying to bring it back in. But it's going to be offside.
Yeah.
Pouliot sees it go by him. Pouliot sees it go by him. And the Predators able to move that puck out. It is Neal against Pouliot. They'll go cross ice, looking for Forsberg. Broken up there by Schultz. Brought back in by Ribeiro. He was checked by Everly. Schultz will give it to Ferentz. Ferentz to Pouliot. Pouliot cross ice for Everly. Everly moving in. Jordan Everly toe drag. Jordan Everly out in front. It comes. Ferentz had an opportunity, but it was taken away by Weber. Now here comes Neal. Neal with a shot. Scrimmins has the answer. Humongous. Now here comes Neal. Neal with a shot. Scrimmins has the answer.
Humongous save right there by Ben Scrimmins. We may look at that at the end of the game.
Jordan Everly dumps that puck in. And the Oilers get a change. Great action at both ends with less than 12 minutes to go in regulation time.
That would have been a huge turnover.
What a steal. With an assist on the first goal by Mike Ribeiro, but denied there by Ben Scrimmins. Ellis keeps it in. Kane moves that puck out, chases Ekholm back down into his own zone. He's got Yakupov tailing him. Matthias Ekholm skates by Arcavello across the blue line. His shot is swallowed up by Ben Scrimmins. No rebound.
And what a play, Ben. Short. Pretty nice play. I'll show you some hockey.
Swallowed up by Ben Scrimmins.
We love end-to-end action. Really nice play to break the play out as Andrew Ferentz gets it going out of the zone. And then what a play by Jordan Everly, and Andrew Ferentz just misses, but it comes back the other way. Transition kicks in for the Predators. James Neal in all by himself. Humongous save by Ben Scrimmins. That's the track meet, the shortened version of the track meet you see. We love it. Coaches, not so much.
Boyd Gordon wins that draw against Paul Gostad, but the Predators keep possession. Now it is Keith Ollie with an opportunity to move it ahead. He does get it to Hendricks. Drop pass for Gordon. Gordon bounces it in. Teddy Purcell on that line again. Hendricks keeps it in with a skate. Matt Hendricks to Boyd Gordon, tied up there by Volchenkov. Hendricks works it back to the point. Petrie with a shot that shattered the stick of Taylor Beck. Hendricks circles in his own zone. 34 shots for the Predators, 17 for the Oilers. The Predators had 35 shots the last time these teams met. Nugent Hopkins off the boards, too far for Everly. Derek Roy dumps it in. Craig Smith giving chase against Keith Ollie. Out in front is Roy, but the puck doesn't get to him off the stick of Matt Cullen. Here comes Everly again. Jordan Everly. Pouliot is there with Nugent Hopkins. The pass goes right by Nugent Hopkins. The Ferris with a shot. And Marine steers it aside. Nugent Hopkins comes up with it. By Nugent Hopkins. Spins off the check of Shea Weber. Ferris. Block. What a play by Schultz to keep it in. Justin Schultz circles the net. Nugent Hopkins can't get the shot away. Roy prevented that. But the Oilers keep the pressure on. Pouliot. Point blank range and a save. But the Oilers keep the pressure on. Pouliot. Point blank range and a save.
Chances for the Oilers.
That line will head off. Ben Scrimmins is not going to play it. Ribeiro is there. Rogers, Oilers hockey from Nashville. Right here on Sportsnet.
Shop at Safeway today. Today, watch future Sportsnet telecasts. You could win an all-inclusive trip for two to a Grand Bahia Principe Resort, courtesy of redtag.ca, where Canada shops for great travel deals. shop at Safeway today, and you could be our next lucky winner.
9 minutes, 44 seconds left to go in regulation time.
Looking for a push, the Edmonton Oilers.
We'll try to point Gordon against Forsberg.
Edmonton Oilers.
Point Gordon against Forsberg. Peter trying to spring Hendricks. And Drew, we have seen Teddy Personal stay on that line. This third period.
I haven't seen much of Jesse Owens in this entire game, really. When you think about it.
To the middle it goes. The game review is brought to you by The Brick, saving you more on furniture, mattresses, appliances, and big screen TVs.
So we talked to you about Philip Forsberg at the start of the big line. Forsberg.
The game review is brought to you by The Brick, saving you more on furniture, mattresses, appliances, and big screen TVs.
We talked to you about Philip Forsberg at the start in the big line. Forsberg, Ribeiro, and Neal have not disappointed. A goal and assist each for Forsberg, and Ribeiro and Neal has been involved in 10 huge shots. And Benoit Pouliot, 2 goals his last 2 games, and he's got 3 in his last 8 playing with the Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Jordan Eberle duo. He has really helped pick up the score.
Arcobello, Perron, and Yakupov are on the ice right now. Petrie at the point. Yakupov tried to get it back to him. It does end up there. Cleared away as it came towards the net by Ekholm. Yarncrook takes a hit from Perron. Yakupov moving in with Arcobello. Arcobello fires it towards the net. Rebound for Yakupov, covered by Pecorine. Yarncrook takes a hit from Perron. Yakupov moving in with Arcobello. Arcobello fires it towards the net. Rebound for Yakupov, covered by Pecorine.
Good play in the neutral zone. Jeff Petrie knocks this puck out of the air. Prevents it from going into the Oilers zone, and then the Oilers take off on the transition. Get your feet going the other direction right away, and again, it's just a little drop pass. Shoot the puck towards the net and keep going to the net. Yakupov gets the second opportunity, and I like Arcobello coming in at the end.
Nugent-Hopkins, Pouliot, and Eberle are out there now. Paul Gostad to take the draw against Nugent-Hopkins. He wins it to Nystrom. But Pouliot there to take it away from him. Get it to Nugent-Hopkins. Nugent-Hopkins checked by Weber. Eberle trying to fight off Roman Josi. Ferentz activates from the blue line. Ferentz behind the net, works it to Pouliot. Back to the point it comes. Schultz walks the line. He'll give it to Ferentz. Ferentz throws it towards the net. That one goes wide. Gostad chips it out. Schultz swing and a miss. Nystrom works it to the middle. Weber. Backhand steered aside by Scrivens.
Something by Shea Weber.
Nystrom back to Josi. Schultz gets it to Ferentz. Has to walk out for Derek Roy. Schultz now plays it around the near side, and waiting for it there is Jordan Eberle. He's going to give it right back to the defense. And that will give him an opportunity to head off on a change. Bringing it in is Cullen. He gets stopped. Volchenkov sweeps at it, and there is Jesse Johansson. Seth Jones gets there first.
Just thinking, this bench for the Oilers has been short for a long time, and Dallas went to a select group really early in this game, so leading Johansson out there, I think, is smart.
Back on the wagon line with 7:25 left to go in regulation time. Johansson to Gordon. Shot right into the glove of Pecorine.
Here to cheer.
Century Casino, 2 great locations. Welcome to the Winter Zone.
Pub.
The Oilers want to go home and start that 5-game homestand against Ottawa on Thursday in a positive note. They lost the first 2 games of this road trip. They have come back with wins against Buffalo and New York, and they have come back in this hockey game down 3-0 after 20 minutes. Made the adjustments we talked about, including the goaltender, Ben Scrivens. And now it's a 1-goal game. Nugent-Hopkins down low for Eberle. Personal getting an opportunity on that line as well. Here's Everett. Teddy Purcell cycles for Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins gets checked by Neal, delivers to Everly. Everly trying to center, stopped by Yossi. Neal trying to work it out. Nugent Hopkins prevents that. Shea Weber with it now. Schultz keeps it in. Purcell behind it. A great centering pass, and it just popped over the stick of Nugent Hopkins. Away come the Predators, 3-on-2. Schultz hides back and gets the puck over to Ferentz. Ferentz to the opposite corner. Everly waiting for it. Gabriel Bourque closing on him quickly. Nashville makes a change. Everly. An opportunity for him to get off as David Perron handles the puck and plays it back to the captain. Nail Yakupov at center. Pocket picked there by Yarncroke. Yarncroke gave it to Forsberg. He shot it in. Schultz. Arcabello. A couple of chances to try and get it out. Can't do it. Still in. Now Ferentz head on a swivel. Will get that puck to David Perron. Perron chips it in. Arcabello's going to give chase. Ekholm gets there first. Ryan Ellis gives it to Cullen. Cullen flips that down the ice. Nikitin picks it up in his own zone. Jeff Petrie. Up the middle it goes. Nugent Hopkins, Pouliot, and Everly are back on the ice. Everly from the corner. Lost it. Cullen gets knocked down by Nugent Hopkins. Pouliot in support. Nugent Hopkins, a shot hits Seth Jones. Nikitin keeps it in at the point. A bouncing puck. Ends up on the stick of Nugent Hopkins. Not much room out there as it comes back to Nikitin. Nikitin dancing to try and elude Craig Smith. Pecorini races over. Stops the puck from going around the boards. Gets it to Smith. Smith able to get it out for Cullen. Cullen stopped by Jeff Petrie. Sends it back in. Nashville will get a change, and so will the Oilers. 35-22. The shots on goal in favor of Nashville. Teddy Purcell will lead the rush for Edmonton. A pass to Keith Olin. Keith Olin gets across the blue line. Takes a hit from Shea Weber as he delivers the puck behind the net. Purcell to Hendricks. The former Nashville Predator gets it back to the point. Shot on goal, and that one missed the target. Fane let it go. Here's Olin with a shot. Really makes the save, and he'll hang on. Bridgestone Arena. The Oilers wrapping up a road trip against Nashville. Play of the game is brought to you by Rogers. Live like never before.
Right now it's the go-ahead goal. Great puck pursuit by Philip Forsberg. And a super support and a pass off the net to Forsberg, who just late in the period shovels it towards Victor Foss. This is the goal that gave Nashville the lead and gave Ben Scrivens the start in the second period.
18 saves for Ben Scrivens so far in relief of Victor Foss. 4:21 on the clock. Nugent Hopkins played it back, but it was picked up by Neal. Kostad goes to the bench. Ribeiro hops over. Mike Ribeiro. Checked by Nugent Hopkins. A bouncing puck for Pouliot. Pouliot trying to muscle his way through. Gets knocked down by Shea Weber. Neal sends around the board. Schultz pinching against Ford. To the near side, Weber lays it off the boards, gets it by Ferentz, and gets it out to center. Nashville trying to win for the 5th time this year when they've led after 2 periods of play. Faceoff will come back down.
Calling Oil Country Classrooms. Get active to win great prizes, including a trip to see the Oilers at Rexall Place. For more information and to register, go to edmontonoilers.com/energizeoilcountry.
Another key face-off, Mark Arcabello against Mike Ribeiro. From the draw, Ribeiro wins it. Yossi gets it to Weber. Weber plays it off the glass. Can't get it by Jeff Petrie, who stumbles, and away comes Forsberg. He'll chip it in. Fane takes a hit from Forsberg. Gets the puck to Petrie. Petrie to Arcabello. Stopped by Ribeiro. That top line wants to change for Nashville, and they do. Just over 3 minutes left to go in regulation time as Dale Yakupov tries to split the defense. Ellis lifts it high, and Keaton will go back into his own zone. Gabriel Bourque watching him. Gets it to Petrie. Gets it back again. To the middle for Perron. David Perron. Keaton. Jeff Petrie. Long pass intercepted, intended for David Perron. But there was Taylor Beck. Step chopped out of his hand by Petrie. That will allow Boyd Gordon to weave his way to center. Gordon slips it in. Hendricks in pursuit. Yoshi gets there first. Yoshi. Beck gets it by Keaton. Teddy Purcell will pick it up. Almost lost it to Nystrom. Purcell gets another opportunity. The puck ends up in the corner. Gostad trying to work it out. It comes to Boyd Gordon. He lost his balance, but Teddy Purcell carries on. Flips it ahead, turning it aside. Gostad takes a hit from Hendricks. Nystrom waits for reinforcements. Lays it around the boards. Andrew Ferentz with it now. We're under 2 minutes. Jordan Eberle drops it for Ferentz. Scrivens takes a look at the bench. Forsberg on the intercept. He'll have to stay in. Neal and Forsberg on the attack. Pouliot picks it up. Pass intended for Eberle didn't work. Seth Jones shoots it right back in. A minute and a half left to go in regulation time. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins with Benoit Pouliot. Crisscrossing. Nugent-Hopkins throws it towards the net. That one missed the target. Ben Scrivens is on the bench. 6 attackers out there with the Oilers. Here is Perron firing a shot. That one deflected wide. Kane takes a hit from Forsberg. Perron comes to help out, but Forsberg works the puck out to center. Ferentz shoots it right back in. Pecorine can't stop it. Nail Yakupov is there. Volchenkov goes down. The puck comes free. Ribeiro sends it out with less than a minute to go. Petrie off the boards, intended for Nugent-Hopkins. Got by him. Ribeiro shoots it out to center. Petrie shoots it right back in. Ribeiro looks up the middle for Beck. The net empty for Taylor Beck. Beck shot blocked by Schultz. Down to 35 seconds to go. Schultz will give it to Nugent-Hopkins. Nugent-Hopkins on the move across the blue line. Nugent-Hopkins centering pass. Quick shot by Arcobello. Goes over top of the net.
Thought that was it.
17 seconds. No icing on the play. Last chance for the Oilers. It is Schultz to Nugent-Hopkins. Brian Nugent-Hopkins will try again. Nugent-Hopkins gets knocked down. Hopkins gets knocked down. Arcobello in the corner. From in front it comes. The puck was gloved again. Put some time back on the clock, but not much.
Now Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Jordan Eberle, Mark Arcobello on this little play. Great play. This is the glove. My fault. Arcobello gets there. So the faceoff's going to go to the outside. Great chance though. Arcobello late. 2.4 seconds left. There's not much you can run here. Timeout.
Alice Higgins has taken a timeout. They decide how much time to put on the clock, but as Drew mentioned, with the face-off outside the line, it makes it tough. Here was the great chance.
Oh, I thought that this was labeled just a little bit too high.
NHL November.
On this little play, great play on the face-offs. Hope for something good to happen. Teddy Purcell's been involved there. A short David Perron.
The draw, but the lead against Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. 3.7 seconds to go. Nugent-Hopkins had the right idea, pushed it ahead. But the Nashville Predators get 3 goals in the first period, and they make it stand up.
I love your organization. There's just something so fun about picking chords in a song and changing them to something unrecognizable and strong while keeping them
victory of the season. Pecorine gets his 10th victory of the season as he stopped 21 Oilers shots.
Rogers Oilers Hockey.